producto dominicano. Nosotros somos los que tenemos el coro desacatado. A.k.a. Noztra. Aquí se vino a gozar. Te voy a enseñar de bailarla con caro. Tú sabes. Aquí se vino a gozar. Si tú no paras, mami, yo no paro. Mambo, esa negra pide mambo. Tú no te imaginas lo que tú estás causando.
Vega, and today I'm live at the New World Order MC Club in New York City with my guest Martin Rivera, a.k.a. Noztra. Noztra, how are you?
Que es la que hay, todo bien, tú sabes, representando la nueva orden, tú sabes cómo se dice.
Okay, thank you for coming today. Are you working on any current projects or anything?
Estamos trabajando, we're working on a new album. You know, actually it was going to be a mixtape, but the material that we have in there is like too much, you understand? Like it's really album material, so we was like, you know what, forget the mixtape, we're going to put out an album. You know, people been waiting for me to come back with an album, you know, since I took like a break, you could say, you know. And we got good material up in there, you know, we got different artists up in there, like Randy, we got a.k.a. in the album. Other artists has Cuban Link that I've been working with, you know, as far as hip hop. So there's a few featurings up in there, surprises coming up.
Are you writing the songs on your own, or do you have somebody writing them for you?
Now I was written, you know, like all my songs, like what I would say, you have ideas when you're in the studio, because sometimes you're writing something and somebody else is in the studio listening. They're like, oh, listen, I think if you change it up like this, it might sound better. So that's what we do, you know. But we've been doing like a whole bunch of things, you know, like it gets crazy up in there.
Any personal experiences? Can you relate to your music? Any of your relationships, you turn them into music?
Oh, man. I would say like, you could do a song like that you express, you know, like your feelings, maybe towards a girl, you know, like I would say I did a record like that, you know, after I was in a relationship, things didn't work out, so I was like, you know what, this is the best way I could just like let it out, you know. Yeah. So I did a record, it's called La Última Vez. So that was something that it was more personal, you know. It wasn't something that was for the crowd like that, you know. Right. But like as far as like club tracks, you know, like you could just do a track about anything that happens up in there, because you know how you go to the club and it gets crazy, you know, you got girls coming up to you, you know, then you got like los jodones que quieren romper la discoteca, you know, so tú haces maleanteo, haces todo.
A lot of people saying that reggaeton is getting played out. What do you think about that? I mean, we see Yandel, they have a new song. Don Omar and Daddy Yankee, they have new albums out. And Zayn and Lennox, they just got back together. So do you think that's really happening? Like, what's your opinion on that? I mean,
as an artist that came up like when reggaeton had the boom back in like 04, 05, you know, what I can tell you is like, it's a mixture. You know, it depends on the DJs. Like reggaeton, you know, everybody knows it. You know, from Daddy Yankee to Don Omar, everybody knows it that reggaeton came down. You know, it happens with all the different, you know, like hip hop, R&B, happens with reggae. You know, but what happened was like there was too many DJs that they didn't want to support the artists that were getting like really played. Especially like new artists, like I could mention like Randy, a.k.a. and you know, De La Ghetto, that they were getting huge play in Puerto Rico or like Dominican Republic. And they wasn't getting played here in New York. And we had La Calle, which was 24/7, you know, reggaeton. But you would play the station, and you would listen to the same artist 24 hours. So people got tired of it, you know. So then the record sales with the economy, you know, a lot of things happen. But I could tell you is that it's coming back. You know, we're bringing it back to when it actually started, you know, blowing up. Because también tú tienes que entender que en el mercado latino tú puedes coger un tema, let's say like 50 Cent. Yeah. Let's say you take In the Club and you do it in Spanish. People is not going to dance to it. Yeah. For whatever reason, they don't dance to it, but they dance to it in English. You know, it's weird. You know, like people is like that. So sometimes when you give them something that is too different, they don't go for it. You know, it's just, I guess that's the Latin market.
Producto dominicano. Nosotros somos los que tenemos el coro desacatado. A.k.a. Noztra. Aquí se vino a gozar.
You've done a lot of reggaeton and hip hop. How about merengue urbano? Because merengue urbano is like the hit right now.
I mean, merengue urbano, like, I like it. You know, it has, you know, a lot of a mixture of like hip hop, R&B. You know, like the way Omega is doing it. Yeah. It sounds on point. I actually got 2 records on the new album. This track called Mambo. Okay. Now we actually put it out like a few weeks ago. You know, like as a street single. Okay. And that was produced by A.X. Those guys are signed right now by Orfanado, which is Don Omar. You know, so I'm working with those guys a lot. Well, I'm also working with Kinder, that he's working with Mambo Kings in Puerto Rico. They've done a whole bunch of hits. So there's 2 records, one by A.X. and one by Kinder, which they're both Mambo. You know, which is merengue urbano. Yeah. You know, and people is, once they play merengue urbano in the club, people's going crazy. You know?
Yes, they don't even care about the lyrics. It's just the beat and that's it.
I mean, it gets you moving. You know, like it's people like to party. You know, you want to be happy up in there. So it's good.
Esto es un producto dominicano. Nosotros somos los que tenemos el coro desacatado. A.X. Noztra. Aquí se vino a gozar. Te voy a enseñar de bailarla con cara. Tú sabes. Aquí se vino a gozar.